Rec League Podcast. Tell your friends, tell your neighbors, tell your family, tell your haters. Available on Podbean, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Radio Public, Good Pods, Pocket Cast, Breaker, and Stitcher. At Rec League Podcast on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and Threads. At Rec League Pod on Twitter. Episode 160. Coming soon. Yo. Whether you watching this from Facebook, Twitter, click the link in my Instagram or YouTube itself. What up, world? So I just watched Mission Impossible, The Final Reckoning. What I would classify as like a digital espionage action thriller. Nice. That's stupid. Eighth movie in the Mission Impossible franchise. Possibly the last. I mean, Paramount has a history of putting final in a subtitle and then making more movies. So I don't trust them. Especially if this makes stupid box office. It stars. I'm going to forget some. This cast is massive. I'm going to forget some names. My apologies in advance. This stars Tom Cruise, Simon Pegg, Haley Atwell, Palm Clementif, Greg Tarzan Davis, Shea Wigham, Angela Bassett, S.I. Morales, Holt McCallany, Nick Offerman. I feel like I'm already forgetting some very important names to this plot. Trammell Tillman, Hannah Waddingham, Janet McTeer, Charles Parnell. It is directed by Christopher McQuarrie. He previously directed The Way of the Gun 25 years ago. He directed Jack Reacher, 13 years ago? But over the past 10 years, it's been all Mission Impossible. Rogue Nation, Fallout, Dead Reckoning Part 1. This is a continuation of Dead Reckoning Part 1. That's what I'm talking about. Before I get into my thoughts, I want somebody who got some kind of connect with somebody at Paramount who handles titling movies. This movie could have still been called Dead Reckoning Part 2, and you still could have had the exact same movie. Because my slipcover, I'm so OCD about this, and I hate it. The slipcover of my Blu-ray, first of all, the Final Reckoning will only be released on 4K. Stupid. Second of all, it just didn't need to be called The Final Reckoning. It could have been Dead Reckoning Part 2. But Ethan Hunt still is on a mission, no pun intended, maybe pun intended, but no pun intended, to stop the entity. This is, like I said, a continuation of Dead Reckoning. And Ethan, his team, the IMF, every human, I don't want to say all that, but Ethan and his team are still trying to stop the entity, and Gabriel continued for the third time from the last movie. And if you remember, I left Dead Reckoning Part 1 not the most overly hype about it. It kind of let me down. Upon rewatch 2-3 days ago, it did go harder. I knew what was going to happen, so I just had more enjoyment watching it. And I don't know how to explain this movie. This movie kind of really had me in my feels. It felt like a finale for all these characters. So if we get a ninth movie, who's gonna be the team leader? Cause I don't it has an aura of John Wick Chapter 4 about it. It really feels like the last one. It was marketed as the last one, even though Jeremy Renner was supposed to come in and take over the franchise. That didn't happen because Tom Cruise was still cooking. And it's I'm telling you, thematically, the writing, it connects things. The loose ends are tied up. And I'm telling you, I was in my feels watching this movie. The action sequences, it's the thing on the plane is marketed as the big Tom Cruise stunt. He's so crazy, how could he do this? But there's really 3 or 4 of those in this movie. It's so insane. And it's, 2 hours and 10 minutes long? The pacing was great. It didn't feel that long with everything going on. And I feel every character gets a moment. You could argue that S.I. Morales as Gabriel, as the human antagonist, is underutilized a bit, but the entity, the computer taking over the world, was setting up Armageddon, whatever, is the primary antagonist. And while like I kind of dislike the whole idea of a digital antagonist, I mean that just is the world we live in. And it's cool. It works. Everything works, everything plays. It's kind of really dope how every movie basically since Ghost Protocol has kind of interwoven together. It's crazy. It's just it feels like it flows like a franchise. And then like Fallout made sure to include the third movie. And then I don't know if you've seen trailers. I don't want to say anything if you haven't seen trailers, but like what's another franchise that did this? I can't think right now. Pacers and Knicks are on, so I'm halfway distracted trying to talk about one of my most anticipated movies of the year. But there's another franchise out there that doubled back and like included way earlier entries, and it was just masterfully done. This movie is kind of masterfully written and executed. I'm not like overhyping it. I enjoyed it more than Dead Reckoning Part 1, but I'm not ranking it in the franchise in my top 4 Mission Impossible movies. Like Palm Clementif, Shea Wigham, Greg Tarzan Davis, Haley Atwell, Angela Bassett. Like everybody had a moment. And, like Tom Cruise just goes without saying. Like this dude in real life, his like, again, no pun intended, mission is just to entertain the fans. Like he does the craziest death-defying shit. And it's like in this, like, it's so hard. Like some of these sequences are so crazy. It's just like, what's Tom Cruise? What's a stunt guy? What is in the world? What's on a set? I would love to know. Like, I'm not usually a special features guy when the physical comes out, but this one I might have to watch. So with all that being said, man, in my opinion, Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning is dope. Have you seen Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning, Mission Impossible 8, whatever you want to call it? What you think? Positive, negative, somewhere in between? Let me know. I recently put up reviews for Final Destination Bloodlines. The week before that, I watched Clown in the Cornfield and Shadow Force. Very soon, maybe even before you finish watching this video, I will have a review up for the live-action Lilo and Stitch reimagining. And then next week, I'm going to watch and review Karate Kid Legends. The week after that, I know at the very least Ballerina from the world of John Wick. Ballerina comes out. We did Thunderbolt spoilers on the most recent podcast. Cinephile, the card game. We're going to run that back, play it again like we did in December on the next episode. Be on the lookout for all of that, man. Like, subscribe, comment. Find me where you find me, man. Don't know where to find me. Watch these credits. Peace.